Good, beautiful morning, everybody. It is Monday, October the 11th, or Wednesday, October 11th, 2023. This is Shortcuts for Your Soul. My name is William Michael Forbes. I'm your host today, and today I have with me the energy of Archangel Michael. And he wants to talk about it's time to free your mind. We'll get into that a little bit further, but before we get going, I want to make a couple of announcements here. So you got 5 more days left to register for our 101 Masterclass. And our 101 Masterclass registration ends this Sunday. It is a 3-week course on mediumship, learning how to open up your inner faculties and senses, clairvoyance, clairaudience, clairsentience, and claircognizance. That is the purpose of this course, that you can get your mind and your soul awake and aware out of the matrix. You see, much of what you hear and know in the world is designed to keep you in a very tight framework of belief systems that aren't even yours. And you can learn to liberate yourself from that and learn to connect to your guides, your angels, ascended masters, and other multidimensional beings. During the 3-week course, there's one live event every single day from Sunday to Friday. We have 4 different instructors, 5 including myself, each of us channeling the different various beings that work with and through all of us while initiating certain practices that will activate or awaken things like your pineal gland, clairvoyance, clairaudience, clairsentience, and claircognizance. This is a beginner's program if you're interested in opening up your clairs. This beginner's program will put you on the road of self-awareness instead of being subjective to the 5 sensory self, which is where most people are stuck right now. Most people are stuck in the 5 sensory self, and half their consciousness is locked away from them because of that sense of identification with the body mind as being the source of your identity. This program that you're watching right now is literally Shortcuts for Your Soul. What you will learn and experience here can liberate you from unnecessary suffering and awaken you to the wisdom, knowledge, and guidance of your angels, ascended masters, and other multidimensional beings. So you got 5 more days to register. Please get yourself out to the website, williammichaelforbes.com, and register for the 101 Masterclass. Now, when Michael came in this morning, he said the challenge, people don't realize how everything is designed to enslave your mind. Everything of the man-made world. He said there are other beings that you can call them draconians or lizards or whatever you want to call them that are responsible for the social and political structures that work as a manipulative mechanism to control and liberate you from thinking freely and independently about what you know to be right or wrong, true or false. Because there's a part of you that knows. Literally, there's a part of you that knows everything that is right and everything that is wrong. And this matrix system, this system of these beings that has been created socially and economically are designed to keep you thinking one way and one way only. That the physical world is the only real world, that the thoughts in your mind and the emotions in your body are real and that you can't change them. It's just the way you are. That's all gobbledygook and pure bull if you want this straightforward. So one of the things he said is to begin the process of awakening, to begin the process of awakening yourself, awakening your mind, getting it free of these constraints that are being constantly forced upon you. Wherever you look, every restaurant, every bar, just about everywhere you go, there's a television set. It's a programming mechanism. He said they are programming you from every venue you can possibly turn your attention to, except the venue in your own consciousness. But even there, in your own mind, they have placed thoughts and ideas long before you could think about them. Your parents were guided to put you in front of these television devices, where thoughts were poured into your mind without regard for their effect or cause upon your life. And you have a chance now to begin to free your mind from these destructive and imprisoning conceptions, ideas, and emotions that will enslave you. You must free yourself from these. We can assist you with information. We can assist you with ideas, but you must evaluate them carefully. And you must be willing to fight your programming to free your mind from the tyranny that has been placed in there by the world around you. Much of your entertainment is hopelessly designed to enslave you to the same general thoughts that you find yourself struggling with. Many of the thoughts that you have are not even of your own choosing, but you have it in your own wisdom. And when I say your own wisdom, I mean in your awareness, that part of yourself that can differentiate. You can differentiate from your thoughts and your memories and emotions. And that part of you that can differentiate from your thoughts and memories and emotions is your soul awakening. When you begin the process of recognizing, I am not these thoughts in my head. I am not these emotions from my past. I am not even this body. These are instruments. The moment you begin this process of recognizing that you are the awareness, you begin to break free from the matrix. You begin to break free from the matrix. It is a very narrow band of self-loathing, disrespect, and self-harming that has been trained into your minds to believe that you are somehow only a physical body, to believe that you are simply a collection of thoughts which they gave you, and that the emotions that those thoughts create that are part of who you are. And I will say to you that you are not your thoughts. You are not your memories. You are not your body. You are not your emotions. All of these things are amenable to change when you awaken and can distinguish yourself from the thoughts, the memories, the emotions as the source of your identity. These things about your body, your past, your mind, your emotions constitute the constructed personality in which you are struggling, many of you. And only from the perspective of becoming self-aware, that is, aware of yourself as awareness, aware of thoughts, aware of yourself as awareness, aware of memory, aware of yourself as awareness, aware of a body. It's from that perspective of awareness that you can begin to break free of the conditioning that is being perpetually bombarding your senses every single day, unless you so choose to disengage from the things that distract you, the pretty sparkly and flourishing words and sounds that they have learned to so expertly construct so as to enslave you to their beliefs, their ideologies, keeping humanity divided into categories of race and color, deliberately and intentionally. But it's not enough to keep you stuck in an ideology that limits you and pits you against one another. They want your soul to be unconscious or to be unalive. For when you believe that the thoughts in your mind, the memories in your body, the emotions that you go through are the source of your identity, you are a living dead soul. You are living in an illusion. That is not who you truly are. To awaken yourself, recognizing you are awareness, in that position of awareness, you can begin to evaluate. You can begin to cut yourself free of the thoughts, the emotions, the memories even, that may keep you enslaved to them. And they will reinforce your fears and your guilt and your shame, your self-doubt. They will reinforce this by the things they share with you, the so-called entertainment that they call you to watch, this so-called entertainment which is enslaving your mind to ideas and information that do not represent accurately what you truly are, what all of you truly are as a soul. You are a beautiful soul, remarkable, so wondrous and incredulous you are. When you begin to separate yourself from the confines of your thinking mind, the confines of your biology, and the confines of your memory, then you begin to awaken. You begin to free your mind from the matrix, from their conditioning, from their illusions, from their lies, from their deceptions, from their thievery, from their darkness, their evilness, and their wickedness that they perpetuate upon the masses, upon your children, upon yourselves, upon your own creative endeavors. They enslave you, and you watch before your very eyes as they channel great, vast sums of your wealth to but a select few, and they do it right before your eyes, and they justify it. And you believe them because they understand very clearly that they've had almost 150 years to create these technologies to enslave you to the illusion that you are something less than what you are. In your true nature, you are angelic, you are divine, you are free, you are love, you are compassion, you are curiosity, you are playfulness. And when you understand the nature of what you are, you will certainly turn your attention away from all of the mechanisms of enslavement that they perpetuate into your 5 physical senses on a daily basis. But you take heart, you can awaken, you can arise, and you can ascend your consciousness out of the confinement of the perpetual delusions they stuff into your senses. The moment you become aware of a thought and question it, to question the validity of a thought and to feel your own knowing of this truth, this is when you begin the process of freeing your mind. To continue to indulge in the same phantasms of entertainment that they perpetuate to your senses is to keep yourself enslaved to their perpetual enforcement of suffering upon you. The perpetual poverty that they enforce upon you with beliefs and ideas that imply that you are somehow limited in your capability to generate a beautiful and wondrous life. But your Creator God did not intend you to suffer, nor did it intend you to be enslaved. It intended you to be in its image and likeness, free to create consciously and deliberately what your soul is capable of creating, and not the limited beliefs and ideas that have been pushed into your minds through your so-called educational systems to restrict your freedoms to believing that you're simply just a little meat sack. And you call on us to liberate you and assist you, and we say, awake! We are here in response to your call. And you must align yourself deliberately and intelligently to love. And understand the difference between love and fear. And this is the process of cutting away the negativity from your consciousness. To begin to become aware. To cut yourself free of the negative. You are all capable of doing this. But you must begin first by freeing yourself from your mind, as your mind has been trained to enslave you to its beliefs and ideas that have been very little to do with who you are, and everything to do with who they want you to be or not to be. But you must choose this process of freeing your mind. You must become conscious of the thoughts, the nature and quality of their source. Question everything you hear, even from us. Question, so that you can understand the validity of truth from your own internal knowing. These faculties, these non-physical senses, of which you will hear us speak many times. For a message must be spoken until it is heard. These senses that are non-physical, that you as an awareness possess, clairvoyance, clairaudience, clairsentience, and claircognizance, these faculties must be developed sufficiently enough so that you can transcend the imposed limitations placed in your mind and upon your body by the environmental conditions and circumstances that these dark ones have been perpetuating. Only you can liberate yourself truly. While you may be able to get information that will allow you to enhance your capacity to liberate yourself, you must choose to utilize that wisdom, that knowledge, and that information that you may liberate yourself. And you will liberate yourself. At that point, you start to become aware. Are these thoughts mine? Are these beliefs mine? Where did they come from? How can you know they are true? And with these inner faculties, clairvoyance, claircognizance, you can see, you can know, you can hear, you can feel the truth or the falsity of any idea or conception in your own mind and those being presented to you from the environment. The mechanisms of manipulation and control that they've been using quite exquisitely, quite deviously for over 130 years. Turn off these mechanisms of conditioning unless you can find information within these mechanisms that truly set you free. that tell you you are not who they are telling you you are. You are not simply a physical body. You are not simply a collage of memories and emotions. You are a soul, a divine entity, and you must choose to be free. And you can only choose to be free by utilizing your function of awareness to differentiate yourself as a spiritual entity from the confining contents, perhaps, of your mind, of your body, and of your memories. That is not to say that the experience of memory does not have some value, but when the experience of memory enslaves you to a particular emotion, restricting and limiting you from becoming all you can be, then the memory must be altered and changed in terms of the quality of its emotional content. The emotional content of a memory can be altered and changed as a function of your will, a function of your awareness. And without the freedom of yourself from your own mind, they will simply keep you enslaved to it. And they will keep you enslaved to the fear. And they will keep you enslaved to the anger. And they will have you point fingers at each other. And they will have you hate each other. They will have you attack each other. They will have you doubt each other. For that is their way. That is their way. They teach you to fear one another. And I say to you, love one another, as many of the great masters, many of the angelic hierarchy have said repeatedly, love one another. But even the function of love has been corrupted. Even the function of love has been reduced to the mere interaction of two bodies in the process of false procreation. They've reduced the function of love down to these functions of deplorable codependence upon each other, causing you to enslave yourself and others to the limits that they've imposed upon you from a very young age. But they're not content yet, for they are trying to get your children earlier. They've taken many of your children, and you know this. But you must choose to awaken, for unless you choose to awaken, then to what you agree with, consciously or unconsciously, it shall be done unto you. What you agree with, consciously or unconsciously, shall be done unto you. So therefore, become very conscious and intelligent about your function of awareness and the authority that you naturally have over your own mind, emotions, and biology, so that you can function as the soul you intended to creatively in this dimension. So calling upon us for guidance and assistance, while beneficial for you, it is far more important that you take the information that we would offer you and apply it thoroughly in your life. Begin to make the distinction between your thoughts and the thoughts you've been given. Who are you? The divinity of your own nature cannot be comprehended if you are caught in the collage and collection of thoughts and emotions that have been given to you. How can you know yourself if you were looking into a mirror that is not a reflection of who you truly are? If you were to look in the eyes, if you were to look in the eyes of the divine, if you were to look in the eyes of the Christ or the eyes of the Buddha, the eyes of the angels, if you were to look in the eye and see the true self revealed to yourself, for you can see that also, as you can look in the eyes of those that are deceptive, and you will see a false self, as you can look up in the eyes of the divinity that you know and see the true self. Those that love you and truly recognize the nature of what you are will do everything in their power to ensure that you are free from enslavement, free from harm, free to create consciously and individually your unique expression in this physical dimension of manifestation, as this is a dimension of creation and manifestation. But you must become aware that you are awareness independent of the thoughts in your mind, independent of the memories, independent of the conditioning imposed upon you through almost every avenue of your senses on a day-to-day basis. You are all being bombarded with information and ideas that are completely and diametrically opposite to what you truly are as a function of creative consciousness, or a function of love, we prefer to say. You are love. It is what you are. It is what you will always be. But you can live under the illusion that you are something less than yourself, and they full know well that you can live under that illusion, for they gave it to you. They gave you the illusion that you are somehow less than you are. They gave you the illusion that they could take from you what they want and that that was okay to do so. They gave you the illusion that they could create poverty and suffering, and that's just simply the way life is. No. From the perspective of your divinity, there is no suffering. There is only creation, conscious, deliberate creation. Only from the dark realm of fear can you possibly consider that suffering is normal and natural. Only from a realm of fear could you possibly believe that suffering is natural. And they keep you in fear. And we will speak louder and more forcefully as we wish to avoid an unnecessary set of circumstances for this beautiful species and this unique planet. That you must understand the very nature and source of your power. That the function of energy you call emotion influences and affects conditions of both regular time and space and the dimensions between time and space. Consciousness. Your emotion affects many things, not just simply the energy in your own body. You know, you can induce the body to live or die with a single thought. You can induce the body to live with a single thought. You do not understand the full scope and measure of your capabilities as a creative intelligence because you've been bound to a set of ideas and information that is in conflict and diametrically opposite to what you are. And I and many others are here to remind you of this truth, that you are not your body. You are not your mind. You have a body. You have a mind. They are instruments that you need to create in this dimension. Instruments given to you to utilize in the function of creation. So we do not get angry in the sense of what you understand anger. We are certainly very clear about what is true and what is not true, what is love and what is not love. And you must become very clear of that distinction yourself. What is love and what is not of love? For your choices and your actions will be determined by what you believe to be true or not true, even if that which is true is false and that which is false is true. For that is the way you've been taught to believe, that now what is false is true and what is true is false. And only you must volitionally make that distinction. If you simply accept what you are being told, then you run the risk then of simply being engaged in another set of beliefs, imprisoned by another set of ideas, ideologies, informations, and philosophy. Your freedom comes in the awareness of self that can distinguish between body, mind, emotions, memory. In that place where you can begin to evaluate the nature of your personality, and you can then begin to make corrections in your personality, in your mind, in your body, in your world. But you must do this willfully. You must consciously and deliberately choose that you will be aware that I will question this thought, this memory, this emotion. I will learn how to change and alter the energy in my body. I will be very mindful about what I will allow to come into my senses from this world. I will assess everything very carefully. You see, if you do not agree to something that is wrong, if you disagree with something that is wrong, it cannot come upon you. If you choose to continue supporting lies, you will continue to live within them. The state and condition of war, the state and condition of poverty on this planet are manufactured. They are not divinely designed. They are manufactured by dark ones, individuals who have recognized the benefit of life for themselves at the expense of others' suffering. You must awaken. You must free your mind from all subterfuges that would push before you to believe. The illusions that the body that you have, there's something fundamentally wrong in being in the body you have. No, you simply have to learn how to be in a body. You simply have to learn how to be fully loving and accepting of the body that you have. But they will tell you to even on that level, you cannot trust what you are even. Do you not see how they consistently and repeatedly get you to not trust yourself, to doubt yourself? And now they're teaching it completely to your children, that you should be different than what you are because what you are is not right. But what you are is beautiful and wondrous and amazing. And if you could look upon yourself with the eyes that we look upon you with, you would never listen to such a word again that would say, oh, I'm not who I am. I can't, this is not who I am. You would not believe such lies. For who you are is far surpassing the appearance of your biology, the construction of your psychology, or your personality. Most of these things were constructed. These are beliefs and ideas and information. But your body is what it is, and it is something that you can deliberately and intentionally learn to love, cherish, and appreciate. For it was given to you. You chose to be in the form you chose to be in. And they've convinced you that if you have some difficulty in being in the form that you're being in, that there must be something wrong with the form that you're in, so you better change it. That is a lie. You simply have to learn how to honor, respect, and appreciate the magnificent wonder of creation that you have in your possession to use creatively in this dimension, to allow your body to be a conduit for your soul's expression, to not make yourself subjective to the flesh, but to let this flesh be subservient to your loving will, not your will of doubt and fear and mistrust, which they have taught you quite well to do. This is the time of awakening. It is a very short window in terms of human time, a mere 20 years to get the house in order, to awaken yourselves up sufficiently enough to recognize that the balance of the planet itself is in your hands energetically, that your collective emotional energies are influencing specific outcomes in the creation of time, space, and matter, and that your science does not have the capability to yet measure the full scope of influence that emotional energy has upon time, space, and matter. But I can assure you that emotion organizes all conditions of matter that you are experiencing in your world right now, and that you are the apex of creation upon this planet that has far greater influence of what will happen and what will not happen because of your deliberate and conscious ability that you possess to utilize emotional energy, to utilize thought to generate emotional energy, and thereby creating creative effects that you call your lives, your experiences. And whether it is wealth or poverty, everything you are experiencing in this dimension is a creative effect of your own consciousness. Either being conscious or unconscious, it does not matter. You cannot escape that you are a creator. You cannot escape the responsibility of creating. You cannot escape the responsibility that you are a creating intelligence. And as long as you choose to defer or deny that capability to others, I will let the government take care of me. I will let them do this for me. As long as you deny and defer your responsibility for divinity, then eventually it will be taken from you, as it is being taken from you now. As you deny your function of love, as you deny your function of creation, your suffering will increase. Your wars will increase. Your distrust of each other will increase. Understand, these wars are perpetuated deliberately and intentionally to keep you in greater separation, in greater fear, in greater conflict. These dark ones. You must awaken. Free your mind from what they tell you. And those at war with one another do not even understand that the war that they are in is one that they've been perpetuated to be in by one factor or another, by one individual or another of the specific organization of these dark ones we speak of. They manipulate and whisper into the ears of your leader, telling them, do this, and you shall have the world. The truth is, you will not have the world if you continue to listen to these dark ones, if you continue to follow the message of fear and distrust. You will have suffering, and greater suffering. Very important, awaken, free your mind. There are so many of us here with you, encouraging you, awaken, awaken. You are not your mind, you are not your body, you are not your emotions. They are instruments for the purpose and function of creation, and learning the function of creation as a spiritual entity, understanding how to organize and orchestrate time, space, and matter deliberately. And there's lots of evidence in your world that you have learned to do this to various degrees, but there's lots of evidence that you are having a very difficult time. As you say, We want to cure hunger, but your hunger keeps increasing. We want to stop war, but your wars seem to increase. Why is that? You must learn to question these things. But first and foremost, you must learn to make the distinction between what you are and what your mind is and what your body is, and recognize that the mind and body are designed by nature to be the mechanisms, the vehicles through which you can creatively, deliberately, and intelligently function. And that is the truth, in the simplest terms. In the process of freeing your mind, you will inevitably liberate yourself from all negativity. You will literally liberate yourself from all your negativities, the ones imposed upon you and the ones you've chosen for yourself. In that place of awareness, you begin to question, does this thought reflect what I want my experience to be? The moment you become aware that you can evaluate and examine, change, transform, transmute, and release specific thoughts and emotions from your biological and psychological systems, in that moment, you will begin to free your mind. That moment of awareness where you realize this thought, I did not choose this thought. This thought was given to me by the television. This thought was given to me by my teacher. This thought was given to me by this book. You must learn to question from where your thoughts originate, and then question, is this a thought that truly represents who I am? You must come to that place of awakening, that place where you begin to finally say, I am a soul. I'm here to learn to create, to interact with time, space, and matter, to produce effects that are pleasing to my eye, my heart. And when I say I mean your soul, the I that you are, the I am that you are. Just know we are with you, and you are not alone anymore. You must acquire the truth wherever you can acquire the truth, but you must be ever aware and vigilant to question, is this truth? Is this not truth? What we offer through this one is very simple. The knowledge and wisdom to get free, to begin the process of awakening as a deliberate and intentional act. If you want to say an act of rebellion against tyranny and illusions, then that's exactly what it is. A rebellion against fear, guilt, shame, self-loathing, disrespect. Yes, you must awaken. Only you can free your mind. We can give you information, but only you can use it. For you have much information. You must learn to choose very carefully and discerning. Good morning, everybody. Thank you, Michael. I really appreciate that. We are in really amazing times. Lots of questions today, I see. Wow. Yeah, there's a lot of questions. So listen, guys, if you have a question you really want it answered, use the PayPal feature on my Linktree link, which the Linktree link's in the description below any of my videos on YouTube, but it's also on my bio on TikTok. So if you want a question prioritized, you can use either Super Chat on YouTube, or you can use the Linktree link on my Linktree page, which is on my bio on TikTok. We'll get to as many questions as we can. Mary Ann Scott's asking, may I have a message for my grandson's 34th birthday today? Will we grow our new relationship? I'm being told to tell you it's not regrowing, it's remembering the relationship that you have, remembering the divine connection you two share. To not be so caught up in the belief that there is a problem or that something is wrong, but to remember the truth of the relationship. Yeah. Thank you, Mary. Appreciate that. Hi, Teresa. Good to see you. Hi, Allison. Hi, Angela. Good to see you guys this morning. Thank you so much for that. Living with my narcissistic mother, waiting for legal matter. Should I remain? Move west? Is it time? Again, many of you are asking questions not because you do not understand the answer that is best for you, but you are, again, navigating the cacophony of doubt and fear that has been placed in your mind by your world, by these ones that are in power. But for you, it would be very, very good to understand the function of your love and not the function of your judgment. I can see very clearly that moving away from this situation would certainly be the easiest possible thing for you to do, but not necessarily the best. It would be very important to let your dear mother know, how important love is to you. Let her know how important love is to you. Just let her know that. Mom, love is more important to me than anything else. And hear what she has to say. Hear what she has to say in that moment. If you tell her that love is most important to me, it will give a very different start to the conversations that you've been having. This will give a very different start to it. Wow. Someone's asking, how do I join the course, please? Hi, Valerie. Go to my website, williammichaelforbes.com, and click on the shop and click on courses. And you'll see the Masterclass 101 Awakening, which starts this Saturday with the orientation, but registration will close on Sunday. But yeah, we'd love to have you, Valerie. It's awesome if you're interested in joining the course. Listen, this is an introductory program. It's a beginner's course where you're going to learn to practice opening up these clairs, these non-physical senses that you have, connecting to your guides and your angels, ascended masters. Everyone has these non-physical senses. Everyone. Unfortunately, this world has kept you bound to the physical thing. What you see, smell, touch, taste, hear is been given precedence over what you know, what you feel, what you hear, what you see with your heart, with your soul. So most people have been separated from their soul, their perception, these inner senses. This masterclass will begin to reintroduce you to developing them, because they have to be developed. Just like walking and talking had to be developed. You have to develop these senses. They're not just going to develop themselves. Your arms and legs will develop to a degree, but learning to walk, learning to talk, you had to be shown those things, right? If you weren't shown those things, you would have been a very different organism right now. But I'm glad to have you, Valerie. Look forward to seeing you in the course. Yeah, it's 3 weeks long, and the price is really great. It's only $199 US for the 3 weeks of live events from Sunday to Friday every week for those 3 weeks. A question from Sophia. Can Archangel Michael tell us about a social economical trends that are generally unnoticed? It's very difficult to tell you about something that you have not experienced, but I can say this to you very clearly. The function of a social and economic system based in love is what you are seeking to understand here. But in order to understand it experientially, you must learn to live it in your own life. The function of love is vastly different in the types of social and economic mechanisms that will be produced. The function of love creates very differently than the function of fear, power, authority, and control. So if you want to understand the answer to your question, begin to function as love in what you think, say, and do in all your creative endeavors. Let love be the dominant energy that you work with. And only your soul is a function of pure love. Your soul is a function of pure love. Your mind and body are functions of information and instinct. When you apply the function of your soul, which is love, to your mind and body, what you will create, what you will experience, will be significantly more pleasing to your eyes than what you've been experiencing for these last many years. Understand that there's a vested interest to a select few that you should suffer. So once you understand how you function and live and think and move as love, then it will be revealed to you what the social, political, and economic mechanisms would evolve from love versus the social, political, and economic mechanisms that have evolved from fear. Things like war and poverty, these are functions of fear, not of love. So to answer your question directly, be as love, and you will discover what these things are. For your planet is quite deficient right now in this function of love. And each and every one of you must choose to remember who you are as an intelligence, a creating intelligence. Learn to apply yourself to your mind and body from the energy of love. And you will see the very great difference that can happen in your experience of time and space. Oh, good morning, Jackie. Good to see you, darling. Someone's asking, when will my oldest daughter get married? As soon as she releases her fear. As soon as she releases her fear, she's going to happen this fast, he's saying. It'll happen this fast when she releases her fear around relationship. There's some things that have happened in your daughter's life that she's not disclosed or gotten into any great detail with you about that are blocking her from having that marriage, that relationship. She's got a fear inside that's a product of something that's happened in her past, her biological past, in this lifetime. And once she can liberate that energy of fear from her body, it'll happen that fast, really fairly fast. I love that. What is going on? You're listening to Shortcuts for Your Soul, which is a program where I channel guides, angels, ascended masters, and other multidimensional beings to share with us messages of wisdom, love, truth, respect, and freedom, to help awaken you to your highest potential as being a creative intelligence of consciousness as a soul. So yeah, Archangel Michael's the energy predominantly with me today. Good morning, Lauren. Lauren saying, I found a woman who is sending divinely masculine, feminine sexual energy. My sacral energy is activating and it's intense. Yeah, you want to take, if you're going to activate your Kundalini, which is the lower energy center, you want to take the lower energy and bring it up. So Lauren, you want to draw the sacral energy up through the spine, bring it up and bring it up to the pineal gland and hold the energy there for like 3 seconds with your breath. You can literally breathe that intense energy up. You don't want it to stay in the lower energy centers. If the energy is trapped in the lower energy centers, which is where they keep most people, then it's sexual promiscuity. It's you want to please your senses. You become very self-centered and very survival-based. So you want to take that lower chakra energy and draw it up with the breath. Draw it up higher into the higher centers where it'll get transmuted into a higher function of itself. But thank you for sharing that thought with us. Is there any message for me today? Please. Hi, Jackie. Jackie, I hope you go back and listen to this transmission. For those of you that are just arriving now, for those of you on TikTok, go to my YouTube channel when you have a chance after this transmission and watch the beginning of this message. What Archangel Michael is talking about, like literally getting your mind free, like free your mind, literally. And the way he said it and the message, I think, can't be overstated enough times. So please let yourself listen to it again. Go back and listen to it again. Yeah. Truth will set you free. Truth will set you free. Fear will imprison you and enslave you. And look what's on television. Look what's on entertainment. All of it's designed pit one side against another. Be afraid. Overcome. Get them. Beat your enemies. They love fear because it keeps you enslaved to their illusions.
And music.
And music is another one. That came up this morning in a conversation we were having, that so much of the music today is designed to separate people. I don't need you. I don't want you. This whole concept of separation, this whole concept of going out for a party time and all about the senses, all about body. It's all about sensation. It's all about sexuality and sensuality. Nothing wrong with that. But when it overtakes you and you're suddenly lost in the body, it's a terrible thing. I've been there, done that, bought the t-shirt.
And we're creators and we keep repeating it.
Yeah. And the other element and they'll keep repeating that music to you again and again and again, those themes. Is that correct?
Yeah, we repeat it in our own heads, and we're a creator, so
Yes.
we're creating that reality for ourselves.
So they play a song for you. They play a song for you. You sing it in your head, and when you start singing the songs they play for you in your head, you start creating those things in your life.
Mhm.
Thank you, baby. Appreciate that. Yeah, it is true. Thank you. Bethesda is asking, has been whispered and written for me. The message, please.
That's the word that's been whispered to her.
Yeah, the word Bathsheba. Well, it's not Bathsheba, it's Bathsheba. And you want to look up that biblical character, Bathsheba, and you'll find the answer you're looking for. Be careful where you're being directed. Remember, all television, not all, but most television, most radio communications, most high profile people on the planet are all configuring people to get into states that are restrictive and limited, that limit your soul to being a mind and body. But look up Bathsheba. I don't know the Bible that well. I just know that I think Bathsheba is from the story of Samson. I'm not certain. I have to check that. But you'll check that out anyway. That's what I'm told to tell you. Question from Tanita. I recently had a private reading with a medium, and the person came through with anger and ego, denial, etc. She said to me that this person has not crossed over yet. Well, first of all, you can only channel what you're in harmony with. A medium can only channel what they're in harmony with. And there's only two things you can channel. You can channel love or you can channel fear. Be very mindful from whom you're going to receive information. And trust your inner knowing, because you know in your heart that that information you were given scares you and upsets you. And anything that's designed to instill fear in you is false. Anything that's designed to instill fear in you is false. So Tanyita, I want to say this, that you're in a position right now to surrender all your fear. To make a decision, fear is not who I am. Make that decision. Fear is not who you are. And if you are not fear, then what is love? If you are love, then what does love say? What does love think? What does love do? Consider that possibility. When you're in a state of love, it orchestrates and organizes the affairs of your life very different than the energy of fear. Fear and love are very different energies. They create very different outcomes. Your true nature is that you are love. And this person that she's referring to, again, there are so many mediums out there that are transmitting from lower vibrational energies. And you don't want to do that. You want to make sure your energy, if you're going to be a medium or a practicing medium, you're going to tap into these invisible realms of information, then make certain that you cleared your mind up enough, that you've let go of your anger, your fear, your guilt and shame sufficiently enough that you can start receiving energy from a high vibrational plane. It's one of the things we emphasize in this upcoming masterclass is how to raise your vibration. What are the ways in which you can raise your vibration? We know that food is one way to raise your vibration. Good water is another way to raise your vibration. Good thoughts are another way to raise your vibration. And when you're the one doing it, when you're the one organizing what you eat, what you drink, what your mind thinks, you now become in command of organizing the vibration of your body. You raise your vibration. When you raise your vibration, you change the entities or the beings that you connect to. So the energy of Jesus versus the energy of, say, Beelzebub. Those two energies are very, very different. But a lot of people are caught up in that energy. And a lot of people are connected to Master Jesus' energy. And you must choose. There's no middle ground here. You cannot serve two masters, right? You have to choose love. But again, this being will be out of your life very soon, Tanita. Get yourself aligned to love. So important. Just learning here. Here we go. Thank you. Came in. It's one below that.
Mhm.
Oh, anything for me, Jill Ray. Anything for me. Jill, can you sit down for a moment, please? If you're not already, then sit down. And just take a slow, deep breath. Like really, just take a really slow, deep breath. And as you exhale, give your body permission to relax. You can do that. Your body's designed to serve you. So as you exhale, give your body permission to relax. And then as you breathe, give your mind permission to be still, because you can do that too. You can literally breathe in and say to the mind, be still, be quiet, be peaceful. You can actually think those thoughts to your mind. Be still, be quiet, be peaceful as you breathe out. Give your mind and body a chance to rest so that you can begin to reconnect to who you are as a soul. Because when your mind and body are put into a state of stillness, you start to experience your own energy again. What's happening with most people is they're caught up in the mind and body so much that it creates high anxiety because you're disconnected from what you are. You need to remember who you are as a function of love. So getting your mind, getting your body still and quiet and peaceful will begin to reconnect you to your soul, to what you are as a spiritual consciousness. This is one of the key elements in all of our masterclasses, is the function of meditation, teaching individuals how to learn to command their mind and their body deliberately and intentionally and lovingly. It's a beautiful thing. And again, it's the Ascended Masters channel through me during this course and the other mediums that we have working with us. Wonderful. Thank you so much. Someone's asking for a healing message for my special relationship. Well, Lauren, close your eyes and see yourself with this special other. Imagine the two of you surrounded by a pure white light. Imagine that you're surrounded by a pure white light. And as you sense and feel the manifestation of this light by the spoken word, can you say, let there be light? And you can feel yourselves surrounded by this light. And communicate this thought. Remember, thought is creative. And communicate this thought into the light. Only love enters our space. Only love leaves our space. Only love enters our space. Only love leaves our space. And stay centered in that thought form for a while and really feel the energy that's created from that thought. Only love enters our space. Only love leaves our space. Like, really feel the energy, because thoughts produce energy. If you only think a thought for a brief moment, it produces a brief amount of energy. But if you deeply go into a thought like that, only love enters our space. Only love leaves our space. Then you start to intentionally create energy, recognizing that you're using thought and your awareness is adding energy to that thought, which produces actual effects in time and space. Very important to realize that and practice that. Thank you, Lauren. Just scrolling down here. I got time enough for a couple more questions. Someone's asking, is it supposed to make me emotional? I'm not sure what that's in relation to. Are there any messages around finances and attracting abundance? Yeah, first things out, you gotta literally remove the doubt from your heart. You've got doubt living in your heart. There's doubt living in your body, right? And again, much of the existing financial construct, as Michael was saying earlier, much of the existing financial construct is based in fear. There's not enough. You have to work hard. It's all based in fear. It's not based in love. So for you specifically, you want to release that doubt from the body. And there are simple ways that you can learn to release doubt, fear, and anger from your body. When it comes up, when you feel that fear around money, when you feel that doubt around money, go to the fear, go to doubt, and simply say, I'm with you. I love you. I will take care of you. And let that be the information and energy you give to your fear and your doubt and your anger around money. I'm with you. I love you. I'll take care of you. Those thoughts directed towards your fear and your doubt around money will begin to change the energy you have around money. Because thought is energy. Energy changes matter. Right? So use those three thoughts when you're finding any fear or doubt coming up around money. Hello, anything for me today? Hi, Daisy. It's funny, I hear your name, and the first thing that comes up is an old Arthur C. Clarke movie called 2001: A Space Odyssey. Very interesting, where it's a movie about where a computer takes over the ship and tries to kill the humans. Very interesting, isn't it? And so here you have a mind that is seemingly against you a lot of the time, and you wish to get free of that mind. But in order to get free of that mind, you have to understand what your role is in relation to it. And I would highly recommend you consider booking a reading with me. I'm getting very strong feeling that would be really beneficial for you. Go and book a reading with me. Go to my website, williammichaelforbes.com, and book a reading with me. And yeah, you'll be elevated out of that. Literally, your guides and your angels do not want to see you suffer, but you must choose to not suffer. Once you make that choice, I'm going to surrender my suffering, then many different possibilities will open up for you. Yes. Yeah, that's a sign that I've got business coming up now I got to get tending to. I want to say thank you, everybody, for coming out today. Let me see. Oh, okay. I have to check that afterwards. I can call them back after. But thank you, everybody, for all your questions today, all your support. I got some of the greatest people on the planet. We are few, but we are mighty. Understand, when Master Jesus says that you can literally say to a mountain, move thee hence, he's talking about a very profound understanding that thought and motion organizes matter, right? You want to really get to a place where your thoughts are thoughts that you choose to have, not thoughts you've been imposed into you to think. You must free your mind. You must. On that note, I'm going to wish all of you much love. I want to say again, thank you to Archangel Michael and the other beings that came through for others here today. And I will see you guys. I will see you guys on Friday's edition of Shortcuts to Your Soul. Please remember, you got 5 more days to sign up for Masterclass 101 Awakening. You can do that on my website at any time. And I will, again, look forward to seeing, some of you have already signed up for the courses. I look forward to seeing some more of you sign up before the itineraries and study guides go Friday evening at 10 p.m. Much love to you all. Have yourselves a wonderful and a joyful day. Bye for now.